Good morning. I probably am like a 12. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Let's see. So it's week 6 of group accountability. I am doing this until October. Hey, Avis. Good morning. Say hi to Avis.
Do I have sleep in my eye?
No, you don't. You look. So listen, let me just say something. Good morning. So I am here with my cousin, who's my walking partner on Sundays, but she be giving me resistance when it comes to being on camera. So we'll see if she will talk to me. But she looks really pretty. Her curls are popping this morning, and she looks really good. So
hi Avis. Hi Clarence.
He is not.
Oh,
okay. Okay, so it's week 6, group accountability. But before we get into my check-in, I want to just talk about, it's a little chilly out here today too. The wind is blowing. It feels good. No. So, okay. So I wanted to talk about stinking thinking. And it's so interesting because my cousin just said something that is really funny. She said, I was like, it's a little chilly out here and the wind is blowing. And she goes, should we stop? No, we should not stop. And that is why I wanted to talk about stinking thinking, because this week, you want to walk and go at the same time so you can be warm? No? Okay. All right, so this week, I noticed that my stinking thinking was getting at me a little bit. And so when I say stinking thinking, I just mean there are thinking patterns that are not helpful to us in any part of our life, especially with our weight loss journey. And so this week, my stinking thinking, the one that stood out the most for me was a really all or nothing thinking. I'm just looking at my phone. Hold up. All right, so it is all or nothing thinking was the one that was like really big for me this week, because there were a couple of times when either I had a very short amount of time or not a lot of time to get my workout in, and my thought was, well, I can't get my full 60 to 90 minutes of a workout in, so I might as well not go. And so one day I decided to change that thinking because I really wanted to go, because if we allow that particular way, my cousin's looking at me like I'm crazy, but
no.
So that particular way of thinking is called all or nothing thinking, meaning that there is no middle ground. It's either you do it all or you do nothing. And I find that with people that are on a fitness journey, that we tend to have very much all or nothing thinking, because we're like, either we're on or off, either we are on plan or not on plan, either we are getting our workout in or we're not getting our workout in, and there's no gray area. And that's what came up for me this week. So with that night, so when I was saying I wanted to go for 90 minutes, but I didn't have a full 90 minutes. So what I chose to do was go and get in what I could get in, which was, about 45 minutes, which was still good. Now, what if I were to make that decision that because I didn't have a full 90 minutes, I was just not going to go? Every single day this week, it was the same thing. So that would have prevented me from actually getting in my workouts, which were really quality 45-minute workouts, but it just wasn't the full 90-minute workout that I thought I needed to have. So what I'm saying is that sometimes when we are on this journey, we get in our own way by our thinking patterns, by the way that we see ourselves, the way that we see the world, the way that we see situations. And we got to be really mindful to not allow the way that we think be stinking and get in the way of our goals. So that was good. That was good. What was good about it?
Everything.
Okay. So there are a lot of different types of stinking thinking patterns. So all or nothing is one. Some people will call it all or nothing. Some people will call it black or white thinking. And so I remember this week I was talking to...
That goes with other things, not just weight loss.
Absolutely.
So that was good. I needed to hear that. That was my word for today.
That was your word. Well, we just had church. She said that was her word for today. We just had church. So I was talking to somebody this week, and they had the same issue, because either they are eating on plan, meaning that they're eating perfectly, or they feel like they have to just give up and not do anything. And so the work that I did with this particular person was realizing that there was a middle ground for her, meaning that if you have something that you enjoy that's not on your plan, you can still keep going. You don't have to just give up and say, I have to start over. And that was her thought. She thought that if I had even a week of eating off plan, that means that I couldn't get back on plan for like another month. I had to get my mind right. But no, you just pick up and you just go from where you are. So I have really bad stinking thinking during that time of the month. It's really bad. I feel you. I feel you. Somebody on my live. We're not gonna call names. You know what I realized? I realized that I call a lot of people's names, and people don't want to be called out when they're doing group accountability. They want to just come and do their accountability and then peace out.
I could.
And then
log on and see.
You could, but if you're not live, then you don't see the person's name when you replay it. That's what I realized. So I'm going to stop calling people's names. So this person said that their bad stinking thinking is when that time of the month is. How so? But I think you're right. Especially that all or nothing thinking, because I really don't want to work out. Like, this was my time of the month this week, and I really didn't want to work out. I got ice cream yesterday, and I could beat myself up about it, or I can just say, okay, you've been doing pretty good. I got Haagen-Dazs, baby. It's half of a thing, but it was good. You know what? Let me just talk about this progress, because there was a time in my life when I would literally sit down and eat a whole pint of Haagen-Dazs in one sitting. But I don't do that no more. This is really, really sweet. And now, but I didn't realize that before. I don't know if they changed the recipe. I don't know if they changed the recipe or something, but when I eat it now, it's like, damn, this is really, really sweet. I can't eat all this. And so now I'll eat half the thing as opposed to the whole thing. And that's progress for me, that I'm able to pace it. I never was able to do that before, but now I can.
I used to have ice cream and cake, now I just have ice cream.
That's progress. That is progress. If one emotional thing happens, triggers other things, then I beat myself up. I look at my stomach and be like, oh, goodness. I feel you. I so feel you. We are so hard on ourselves. We can be our best critic. I'm not even going to say best. I'm going to say our worst critic. And that really is not really helpful, because it makes you not want to do things, right? It makes you not want to keep going. It makes you want to just stop. So, yeah. What you want to say? All right. I wanted to ask you about, and everybody that's on, I wanted to ask you guys what your thoughts are about this Derek Jackson stuff.
I'm enjoying it.
She said she's enjoying it.
We knew he wasn't it.
So I never really followed Derek Jackson until, I see his sometimes I'll see his videos on social media, but I don't really follow him. So I didn't really know he was a big thing.
He was borderline stuttering when he was giving advice. I was like, he lied.
Really? Do you watch his videos?
For a little bit. When he first started, and I was like, he on some mess.
Because he does what? Why would you think that he's on some mess?
He just didn't. It's just something about him. Just didn't seem it. I'm always
discerning.
Yeah, he didn't seem genuine.
He didn't seem genuine. Okay, so my cousin said that he didn't seem genuine. Well, here's my thoughts.
I'm sorry. His wife shouldn't be going through that.
I'm sorry that his wife is going through that. So I have to, I've been in entanglements. I've been in an entanglement. So to me, there's a difference between someone that is married and committed and not separated.
You're getting tangled up now. What are you talking about?
So to me, if you are separated, that is different from married, even though it is married.
If both parties know that they're separated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to me, if you are ending a marriage, is different between you being in a marriage and your wife is expecting the marriage to be reconciled, or you are expecting it to be reconciled. So I think that in his case, that is toxic. And I think that in this particular case, from what we know, and we don't know everything.
Get the book.
I'm not getting anybody's book. But from what we know, I hate it for his wife because she is probably staying and praying. And I made that meme post earlier this week about my thoughts about staying and praying. I just don't think that staying and praying for me would be something that I could do if my husband is actively getting with other women outside of our marriage. Like, I don't know that I would have the courage, the strength, the stamina, the spirit. I wouldn't be spiritually mature enough to deal with that.
I guess from when she did the video, it seemed like it was in the past, and then worked through it. But then another video happened.
Exactly. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe the thing is she's thinking that her husband is cured or healed or delivered, and he's still cheating. And that's the thing about it. Like, do cheaters ever change? Do you think that cheaters ever change? I haven't been really deep in it, but Toxic and his wife is doing exactly what we Christians are taught to do. Yes. And that's what gets me too. That's what gets me too, because I think that we as Christians, women and men, but mostly women, are kind of taught to endure a level of toxicity that we shouldn't have to endure. And I don't think that's fair to us.
But what if you just stay because you want to provide your children with something you never had?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can hear my partner over here, but she said, what if you just, and I know a lot of women, I know so many women that will stay. So I know a lot of women that stay because they want the semblance of a family, because they want to give their child a 2-parent home, and they want to be able to provide a certain lifestyle for their child because the husband will still provide. And to me, that is also toxic, because when you say you want to provide, what are you providing for your child? Like, what are you providing? Like, kids are very perceptive. Like, they pick up on, like, the tension between a husband and a wife. They pick up on, like, they pick up on all that. So when you say, I want to stay to provide this particular semblance of a family, what are they exactly seeing? And how is that? Like, I remember, like, me and my son, we've had conversations about me and his dad not being together. And when we decided to no longer be together, we would fight a lot. Like, we would argue. And my son, that wasn't healthy for him. And so I remember Kingston, my son, he would be like, I just want you guys to be happy. I just want you guys to not fight. Like, that's what my son would say to me. And that meant more. And why am I about to cry? My period just went off. Why am I about to cry? But my son would say to me that, Mom, I don't care if you guys ever get married because I prefer that you guys are happy. And so to me, that means more than being in the same home and it being not healthy. Like, I grew up in a 2-parent home that just wasn't healthy. And I don't like that. I don't like that we feel like 2-parent, now listen, don't hear what I'm not saying. Like, 2-parent homes are beautiful. They can be if they are healthy, if they're productive, then I think that we need to give that kids the opportunity to have that. But I don't think that you need a 2-parent home in order to produce healthy kids. Like my daughter's father and I, we co-parent. Like, me and Kingston's dad, we co-parent, and we do it well. And our kids don't miss out on much. Yes, their father is not there at night to tuck them in, but they are getting everything that they need. And we're very healthy.
But what if you can get along in front of the kids and everything, and you're productive?
Well,
and everything, you're friendly to each other, but just not married like.
So then my thing would be, for the wife or for the husband, for either person, are you honoring yourself? Like, is it something that you truly want? Are you satisfied? Are you happy? Or are you just putting on just for the sake of the kids? I don't think that that's work. To me, this is just me. This is just me.
What if it's what the kids want?
What if it's what the kids want? What do you mean? That's what the kids want?
If the kids say, hypothetically, what if the kids say, "Hey, I want you guys
to stay together"?
Yeah.
Well, I think
not everybody has a Kingston.
Not everyone has a Kingston's dad or Olympia's dad. I get that.
No,
I would say,
like how Kingston said, "I just want you to be happy."
Oh, okay. You're saying that your kid. There are a lot of kids that want you to stay together with their dad or their.
And I've seen a lot of kids. They parents get separated and stuff, and then they just have issues from that.
Yeah, I hear you. I think that, okay, so let's see. I've never seen kids want that. Kids want, thank you. But I have to balance that. So this person that just commented said that kids want parents to be happy. You said kids become grown and will leave. Yes! Kids become grown and will leave their parents, and now you're old and miserable with someone you don't like. Come on now. That exactly.
You'll be older than that.
Come on, what did she say? She said, this really teaches us to be ride or die. I am not ride or die. I was listening to this song. Hold up. I was listening
to a travel group and you just traveled.
No, that is not good. I was listening to this song on the way out here, and the song's lyrics was like, will you die for me or nah? Would you ride for me or nah? I'm like, excuse me?
I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not riding for you. I'm not dying for you. And maybe that's why I'm not married.
You're not going to take that gun charge if you need
I'm not taking a gun charge. I'm just not. And maybe that's why I'm not married, because God can't trust me to do that. And I'm just not going to. My son is 8 and he fully understands that mom and dad love him and we are just not married anymore. I think that that's important for kids to understand. So, but for the kids that want you to stay married, you make a good point, because there are kids, like I work with kids that want their parents to stay together, and they're not privy to kind of the inner workings of what the parents go through. I mean, you make a good point.
If you say, I'm going through such and such.
Some people say that it's selfish to put yourself before your kid. You gotta.
And then if you tell your kids what you're going through, that's giving them more scars.
And kids don't understand it fully until they become more of an adult. Still.
I just think people.
Still, I say you gotta live your life for you. And I think that when they get older and they understand everything about it, then they will.
You have a responsibility to your kids?
To me, you have a responsibility to provide a healthy environment for them, but that doesn't mean neglecting yourself. And I think that sometimes moms and dads neglect themselves in order to parent. And I don't think that you have to do. I don't think that you have to do that. It is a hard one. I will live my life. Healthy co-parenting should not change because parents aren't together. I agree. I think that it's a lot of conversations that can be had. I agree.
You got to deal with these people for 18 years, these kids without breaking them.
Yeah, 18 years is a long time to be miserable, man. My 8-year-old asked who divorced who, his words, and I told him I did, and he asked what happened, and I said, that's a conversation to have with your dad. I'm going to live. I'm not staying nowhere. I'm not feeling.
Why
so listen.
Off on the dad, though?
Because that was the truth. Because she didn't know what the dad. I'm assuming she didn't want. I'm assuming for you, person that just said that you had said that that's a conversation for your dad, because it is.
So what if the dad just say something out of pocket?
Like Mandel. Mandel be saying off the rail stuff. I be wanting to cuss him out, but I can't cuss him out because what? It's okay. I tell him the same thing. It's okay. We're very honest with one another. So I am a very honest, straightforward, just kind of say whatever person. And everybody that knows me knows that I'm like that. So they don't expect anything less than that, than who I am, because that's just who I am.
Y'all be hurting my heart. Don't get me going.
I like that. So and I think that's the end of that conversation. I'm not staying anywhere that I'm not feeling, because even the Bible says that God has called us. No, it says, no, that's not what the Bible says. The Bible says that if someone does not want to be with you, let them go. That's what the Bible says. If the Bible says that. Plain and clear. It says, if the person does not want to stay with you, let them go, because I have called you to peace. That's what the Bible says. So I'm gonna stand with the Bible.
That's it then.
Boom, period, point blank, because I don't want to tell the dad's story because it's his story to tell. I agree with that. I want him to keep his image of his father. I want it to be a teaching moment for his son and him. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
Well, your mama was out there doing
Yeah. So what do you think of not dating, or dating or entertaining someone that is separated on their way to divorce? It's sticky, and I think that you have to know,
like, if both parties, like, if it's been a while, and they're not looking to reconcile and things like that.
I agree. So, yeah.
Like, could you date somebody, like, they feel one life, right? Mm-hmm. They're willing to commit. They're willing to date you, provide for you, but you're not going to ever get the perks of being a wife.
What are the perks to being a wife?
Huh?
What are the perks to being a wife?
Just their benefits.
What if you can get their benefits?
No, like their military benefits. Because I have a friend like this. He's open to dating and everything, but
he's not going to ever remarry?
No.
Okay, so there are kind of different types of people. There are, like, old school, like, people never got divorced, like they would just like move. Okay, so we're talking about old school men that are 50 and over, that they just never get divorced.
He's gonna provide for her,
so they never get divorced. They just date, and they're never going to remarry. You can provide it for, but you're never going to be. I think that you have to have a conversation with yourself, and you have to figure out, what do you want right now in your life. And if it is marriage, if it is commitment, if it is being the top woman, then that is not for you. But if you are not interested in that, then. But you have to be very honest with yourself and honest with that person, because that's how you get your feelings hurt, when you're not honest.
I don't think men be honest either.
Some of them don't. Some of them do.
Like, what if we did go back and forth?
That's right. But that's what I'm saying. So you have to be honest with what is actually happening, and if you're okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, if you honestly are not okay with that, then don't do it, because then you're setting yourself up and you're sacrificing yourself, and that's not fair to you. Now, if you like,
we're just talking. There's nothing going on.
There's nothing going on. We're just talking, having a conversation.
Like, what the hell going on? We're talking about weight loss.
I know, we're chit chatting. I like to chit chat. Let's see. This person said it's beyond sticky, and most men that you tell you are separated won't take you seriously. Yep. I personally don't have a desire to date anyone that is married or separated. Yes. I think if you are separated, you have to tell the truth from the beginning. Absolutely.
Why are guys, like, if a woman says she's separated, a guy won't take her seriously, but
I think that it depends on the guy. I think that some guys don't care. I think that it really, really depends. I think that some women care, some women don't care. I think there's variations of different responses to that type of thing. But if you are someone that desires marriage, you should never ever date someone that is married. You should never, because that ain't gonna get you nowhere. That's just my opinion. Ego. I think if you are separated, you have to tell the truth from the beginning. Absolutely. What do you mean, ego? What does that mean?
They log on to your thing.
So yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna do my accountability check-in, and that's it. We'll be done. You want to do your accountability check-in after I do mine? All right. So my goal right now is to go to the gym 4 days a week, and to weight train at a moderate level. And I think that if he wants to be with you, it will start to mess with his mental. I agree. All right, so that's my goal: 4 days a week, moderate impact, and I did it. I met my goal this week. I almost didn't because of all or nothing thinking, but I was able to meet it. I gave a good effort, and I got, I think, maybe 2 days of cardio in as well, which was, I just kind of throw that in there for some spice because I enjoy it.
I do have a question. Like, when I go to the gym and I try to do like the 30 to 40 minutes of cardio, and then when I try to do weight training, I get sick. Like, I feel nauseous. What can I do about that?
Are you eating properly?
I think I do.
Huh?
I think I do.
So it could be, and I don't know if you guys hear her off camera, but it could be that you are not fueling your body the way that you need to fuel your body. It could be that you're going too hard. Maybe you need to take it down a notch.
So what do I take?
What you eat before, like eat 30 minutes before you go exercise. Like eat some carbs. But carbs give you energy. Either carbs or you can do fat. Because fat is an energy source as well. So yeah. So you might need something to fuel your workouts. Chocolate milk is good for recovery as well. Yeah. So yeah, fuel. So that's why you see those memes and people post saying that food is fuel, because you literally are eating to support your weight loss goals or your fitness goals. So whatever you're doing for that day, you are eating in a way that will support your ability to be able to do that. So if you know that you're about, like when I ran long distance races, when I ran long distance races, like you literally would carry enough food with you to fuel your run. So that could be, it usually was like just sugar, because sugar is like glucose is energy, and it's short-term energy. You're burning it as you're working out, and then afterwards you eat something to recover for your muscles and all that stuff. So when you're working out, if you're not going to be doing a lot in a particular day, then you eat less. If you are going to be doing a lot, then you eat more.
It's just, and it turns me off to working out because I get so nauseous.
So try just eating properly. Like timing. So when I say eating properly, I mean like just timing your food. Like if you know that you're about to work out, then 30 minutes before you go work out, eat some carbs. And then you'll have the energy that you need to get through your workout. And then after you're done with your workout, you refuel your body. That makes sense? Okay. I think if he wants to be, like men can't deal with a woman being married and separated, but women will tolerate that more than men. That's what you were saying, right? I think that it just depends. I think that there's some men that they're here for whatever. That's what I think. And I was listening, so I'm starting to listen more to Kevin Samuels because I like perspective. Like he is ignorant, right? So his approach is ignorant.
But he's giving good advice.
But to me, he's giving great advice. So I have been listening to him because I have clients that are married that the husband will listen to it and then it causes a problem within their marriage. And so now I started listening to it not only for myself and perspective, but I listen to it because the men that I work with, they are listening to it. And one thing that he said this week that I was like, listen, yeah, because so here's what is interesting with the husbands that I work with. They will listen to it and have their wives listen to it, and it is so passive aggressive because they don't want to say it. But if somebody else says it and they're like, baby, what do you think about this? They've just made the statement, and I'd be like, hold up. Hold up, is this what you really want to say to your wife?
I need to go back.
It's so funny. But I was listening to him this week, and he made something, and I want to hear what you got to say about this. He said that if you want a high-value man, be prepared to share him. He said that, what do you think about this, people that are on? So he said that if you want a high-value man, be prepared to share him, because high-value men are like in the top 10% of the population, and everybody, he has options basically. And you know how Chris Rock said that men are only as faithful as their options. What do you guys think about that? first of all, I'm like, well, I will just not get a high value man because I'm not able. I'm just not. No.
I used to think that.
You used to think what, that all men cheat?
Yeah.
So me and Melissa used to have this conversation about like dating a rich man versus dating a poor man, because we used to have this conversation about, well, all men are going to cheat, so why don't you be with someone that's rich and you can enjoy the money while they're cheating?
Does it think of a big penis or a big bank account?
And so some people will say if they're gonna cheat regardless, then you might as well get with somebody that's gonna have money.
But I don't think that's true.
You don't think what is true?
I think it depends on their maturity level. And
I agree.
They're getting most of what they need in the marriage, I don't think
they're cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think people that are on?
But then yes, maybe some of that comes with age.
What?
Not cheating, looking, but not.
Well, I was looking at statistics this week, and the statistics say that the older the man get, the more they cheat. So infidelity, and I was looking at stats from, I think it was like FamilyStudies.com. It was like this the Institute of Family Studies. I was looking at their statistics, and it said that the older the man gets, the more unfaithful they are.
Maybe my father's lying to me because he knows I have an issue with.
What did your father say?
He was like, I don't do that anymore.
He don't cheat no more.
No.
But so your father,
so
your father is what people consider high value because he has his really, really big business. He has a lot of money. He has options. He's handsome. And so what he says that he just doesn't do it anymore. What does he say?
Yeah, he's like he has no need to do that.
Okay. Well, and then I heard.
So now you made me complain.
I heard someone else say.
I can call him today.
I heard someone else say that they don't cheat because they physically are not able to. And so when he says I'm not doing that anymore, maybe because he can't get it up anymore.
I'm gonna call him today. I'm like, because I told him I have daddy issues because
you told him that.
Yes.
What did he say?
He was like, I always told you I can get you therapy if you did.
How about just stop it instead of get me therapy? That's hilarious.
And I told him now I bring that stuff into my relationships, thinking that all people
are gonna cheat.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Like man, relationship issues are so complex. They are very, very, very complex. You're gonna say, is it because you can't? All right.
You don't want to tell me.
Or you don't want to tell me no more because I got daddy issues. All right. So I got my workouts in. I ate good until...
You didn't post any food.
I know. But I did meal prep. But for some reason, I ran out of food like on Thursday. And so that's when I started going off because I ran out of food. I didn't cook enough, I guess. And so... But other than that, I was good. I purposely got ice cream or intentionally got ice cream. I think it was Friday.
I'm purposely eating this fried chicken right now.
No, but really, I really just wanted it. And I was like, this is really sweet. That's all I kept thinking. I was like, man, this is really sweet. I couldn't even finish it.
Guess what my sister did yesterday?
What she did?
She called me. Now, she told me she needs to lose weight, right? We all need to be working on our weight. Mm-hmm. She calls me back to back until I picked up to let me know that there was a Dunkin' Donuts 5 minutes from her house.
Lord.
In case she's watching.
I don't think she's on my page. My Instagram page. So yeah, you got to be careful. People will set you up. But you know what? I got some Valentine's Day candy, and this person didn't realize that. No, I gave it. So I was going to give it to my mom. I was going to give it to my mom, and so I had it like up on like a shelf, and the person came over, and he was like, "Why is this up here?" I was like, "Because I don't eat chocolate." And he was like, "Oh, I forgot that you're health conscious." And he was like, "I was like, you can do an edible arrangement, something like that."
Chocolate?
No, it's dark chocolate. And so he just took it back and he ate it with Olympia. And so then he got me something else. All right, so I met my goal, but the thing that's throwing me is because I got on the scale earlier, and this is why I hate getting on the scale. because I got on the scale maybe like 2 days ago, because you know your weight fluctuates with your cycle. So I got on the scale at the end of my cycle, and I was down like 5 pounds. I was like, yes, because last week I was like, last week I didn't have a weight loss on the scale, and I was like, okay, it'll come back once my period goes off. But then it didn't go off. It didn't, like when I got on the scale this morning, it was back up. So I don't know if it's because I ain't drinking water, what, but I don't know. Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna see. But my thing is, I'm doing the right thing, so I'm not gonna stress, because I know that I'm doing the right thing, and it'll just equal out.
I started using my meal prep bowls for storage.
Oh my God. So that means that you haven't been meal prepping? No. Okay. So I'm gonna need you to. Do you want to meal prep? Is that something that you want to do?
Yes. I even bought separate meat to meal prep.
So what gets in your way? Oh, you know what? I was talking about groceries the other day, and when I was on my single mama's call the other day, somebody suggested ordering my groceries through Walmart.com, and I am going to try that. I was like, I did not think about that, so I'm going to try ordering my groceries.
Because I was talking to this guy with Instacart, and he said I can even tell him like how far out I want my milk dated.
Yep.
How I want my
You
produce.
can, like that's what they said, that you can make specific instructions. Like I like my certain whatever firm. Like you can give them instructions. So I'm going to try that. I'm actually, instead of going grocery shopping today, even though I don't have my daughter or my son, I'm going to try it today and see how I like it.
I think it'll help us keep it on budget as well.
That's so true. That is very, very true. All right, so that's my accountability. I am going to be, I think one of the biggest things I need to work on this week is getting my water in. And I think that might be why I'm not like having a scale, like my weight, it may be. Oh my God. So I'm going to drink my water. You need to get them to get it for you. But you know it's down there. They lie. All right, anything else in terms of your check-in? All right, so this week I'm a weight train.
Yeah, it's just the issue with the workout, so I'm gonna try that, what you said.
Okay.
Before I go in.
Good. And let me know how it goes. All right, that's it. Well, we see you guys next week. This is good chat. Thank you for chatting with me this week. Thank you for coming on, you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I enjoyed this vlog.
Huh?